Caging.
Yes, sir.
Styling on them.
Y'all know what it is. And we live.
You got lucky, man. You got lucky.
Oh, man. Woo! Fight Island 2.2.
They called it 4. I still don't understand they math.
They just picking up where they left off. You know, they had 3 over there last time, so you know.
But it seemed like way more than that. Might have been 2 pay-per-views though.
Yeah. The 2 pay-per-views they don't include in the total average, you know. Just the remainder, you know. Gotta divide to 5, carry to 2. Remember. But man, this card has mixed reviews. You know. Hey, you know. Feel decent.
Cool. It was a good card.
Yeah, I came through with the 3 fight and the 6 fight, and everything outside of those 6, I picked wrong. But you know, you get what you get. I got you with 2. Hey, y'all, if I listen to me, y'all got 2 of the parlays, right? Like, it's all good.
The Castro blew it for me.
Jourdain almost. Hey, the Castro. I was trying to told you the Castro ain't who you thought he was. They had it with Hardy, and Hardy ain't who we think he is either. No shade to Hardy, but
no, that's shade.
No, he's still growing in his. He's still new. For like, hey, for you to get wiped off the mat 30-27 from a guy who's still new in this sport, it says a lot about where you're headed. That's all I was saying.
His experience just wasn't worth the co-main. That's for sure. I said if that fight went to the judges, it was not worth the co-main, and it went to the judges, and
it wasn't worth it.
The Castro, honestly, I'm not gonna say he should get cut, but bro, you can't be hugging up on people. You can't be hugging up on people. Cage clinching to end the fight, acting like you already got it won. Like you didn't win anything, bro. You didn't win anything.
Raise his hand.
Yeah, he was. I did it, bro. The ref had to break y'all up 7 times, like, and not in a good way. Like,
this fight would have been. Hey, bro, you deserved to have GDR as the code name. GDR deserved the code name. Especially for this fight.
GDR deserved the main name.
No.
We really want to be honest.
Holly Holm is a bigger name. She sells better. Hey, once again, we're going to go back to this. It's an American sport. Holly Holm is an American fighter. Her name rings bells over in America. I'm tuning in for Holly Holm. I'm tuning in for Holly Holm versus.
Is she beating GDR?
This Holly Holm? Yes. I was trying to told you. Holly Holm does not regress. Cardio top notch. GDR looked gassed after the first. Well, we getting too far ahead as always. You just skip the whole part. That's how mad you are at this. You just trying to get to the end. Thank you for tuning in. Cage Style, it's all over. You know, set it up. But yeah, man, this card started like it was about to be lit. My guy Luigi. The guy
that I said was about to get knocked out. This is knocking out.
Yeah, Luigi Vendramini. Remember that name? His only loss came because he said he had the injury. So he might be something to be. But
might be a little bit better than what we thought.
He did something Darren Till wasn't able to do to my guy Ayari, which was get the stoppage, and he got that stoppage rather early. So I'm not saying he's Darren Till. I'm just saying this guy's a good fighter.
No.
Good fighter, and hey, be on the lookout for Vendramini. Caught him coming in. They exchanged. Ayari tried to exchange left hooks. His missed. Vendramini's landed, and I was the beginning of the end.
That's all you mean.
Beginning of the end.
What, a minute in? It's tough.
1 minute, 12 seconds. Man, the head kick was with did him in.
Set it up.
Landed right on the all up in this area. When you land in the throater area, so it's bad for you. It's rattling something. You getting that whiplash torque. Oh yeah, he went down.
It's basically like getting kicked into a chokehold. Like, oh.
Airway all messed up. Got a great level 2 concussion. You don't know what's going on. You're like, yeah, call it, ref. Call it. But yeah, Vendramini showed up, did his thing. That killed my full card parlay. I was like, oh, it's about to be one of these now.
Kill mine too.
Full card.
For sure, performance bonus worthy. No fighting tonight. No fighting tonight. Just the way I like it.
I know you're happy about it. I know you're excited about it. And you got to see a couple of subs get a performance bonus. So I know you super excited about this. Dana was pissed off signing those checks. Oh, she got a sub. I hate this. But hey, it was only 4 finishes. And that's what I be saying.
11 fights.
11 fights, 4 finishes. If you don't show up to get a finish like my guy Casey Kenny did, Casey was trying for that finish the whole night, bro.
he was trying to kick old buddy's stomach through the other side of his stomach. Like he was trying to kick one rib to the other side of the rib cage. Like
I would assume our boy is about to be pissing blood for about a couple days. His midsection was red, bruised.
That's tough.
My guy Holly Alatang. They were saying it backwards. They were saying Alatang, Holly is Haley. You know, I don't know how the name works. I'm just calling.
Like I said, Alatang. Man. See the name in Chinese. I'll never try to say the name again. I'm gonna just call him H.A. Call him Ha.
Aha.
Ha.
Yeah, my guy.
Like Clean Dicks.
Oh man. Yeah, but Casey Kenny performance was super dominant.
And pretty much flawless, bro. Pretty much flawless. They got it as a 30-25, 30-26, and 30-27. So two people gave him one person gave him multiple 10-8s. Another one gave him at least one 10-8. So yeah, man.
Yeah, Alatang was game though. He could have quit a lot. He had a lot of times to just call it a. You know what? I'm gonna just.
And see, that's the official scorecard. If you just look at Sherdog's score, they called it 30-24 all the way across. They got three people. Yeah, that goes to show you he could have quit very, very early.
Yeah, that let you know he was
taking all of that.
He was in a one-sided fight that didn't look good for him, but he showed a lot of heart, perseverance. Was even still swinging heavy. Casey Kenny.
He gave himself a chance. Just better than you. Just better than you.
Better than you. Better pressure. Stronger. And it looked like he was a minus 330 something. That's how you're supposed to look when you come in minus 335. You got
like either I'm gonna kill this guy or he's just not gonna touch me and I'm gonna beat the brakes off him. Like
exactly. We haven't seen a dominant performance like that in quite a while, especially from the people who've been super favorites. Hey, Jake Matthews, take a page out of this guy's book.
Jake Matthews should be embarrassed, bro. I said it on the preview. Hey, shouldn't even let this guy stick around this long. It don't even make no sense.
Yeah, he was double the favorite than my guy Casey Kenny. So
that was that part. That part's the part.
But yeah, man, good performance by Casey Kenny. I hope we get to see him again on Fight Island before they go back. He said he's trying to fight again. Said he's even trying to get on next card, bantamweight heavy card.
I can see that.
If they let him get a late replacement, I'm cool.
And they're gonna have to keep them late replacements on standby too.
He's trying to get that 50K. He said, "Hey, I'm trying to make my life better. Hey, I'm trying to fight as much as possible."
He was one fewer finish away from getting a performance bonus for this anyway.
Mm-hmm.
One would assume if they didn't have 4 finishes, they would have just been like, yeah.
Holly Holm had an equally dominant performance. I think she would have got it. She did that for 5 rounds. Why you hating on my girl? Oh
man, Aldana should have showed up.
Aldana showed up. Holly Holm just showed out. That's what it is. It's level.
Nah, she wasn't cutting off the cage. She was just like, Holly Holm is good though. She's just good. Yeah, she's just good. Yes. And that goes to show you. But Nunes is just too much better than all of these people. I'll be thinking like, oh, maybe these other people could beat these other people. And no. Nobody touching it.
Nunes is not beating this version of Holly Holm. I called it. Holly Holm went to fight Nunes with a John Jones game plan. She was trying to oblique, trying to stomp kick.
Oh, you mean the same thing she was doing tonight?
No. Holly Holm was moving.
She was doing it.
No, she was moving. And side kicking. She wasn't doing the knee stomp. There was not one knee stomp in this fight.
She was doing a knee stomp.
I want to be that Kermit the Frog emoji when he's drinking his tea. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
She was doing a knee stomp.
No knee stomp. No, Holly Holm went out there. No, Holly Holm was punching. She was constantly moving because once again, Holly Holm's gas tank is through the roof. Make Nunes chase you. But we giving a breakdown for the wrong fight. Let's move right on to Loma Luke Bume, who showed up and showed out against Jen Frey. One-sided her. Somebody had it. Did somebody have it like 29, 28?
Yeah. One of them gave Jen Frey one of those rounds. Might have been when she got that little takedown or whatever, but
she was getting whooped.
She didn't do nothing with it.
It was like the last couple.
Get whooped going after it too. Yeah. She didn't do nothing with it either. So, but yeah, man, that tie clinch is crazy, bro. She was hitting her with all types of elbows. Them angles was ridiculous. I ain't never seen some of them angles. It was like, I ain't never seen it.
Nasty elbow. Oh man, and to do it against somebody as physically imposing as Jen Frey, as far as Loma Luke Bume, she doesn't come across as the biggest lady. Jen Frey is like, both former atomweight. So I was going into the fight thinking, oh, Jen Frey is tiny. Like, no, she came in there looking swole. She was like, hey, I've
out here on this muscle training regimen since my last fight, and Lomalu Bume came out there like, I can't get no taller, so I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna work these hands, knees and elbows, like, whatever works for me works for me.
Luke Bume came in, did her thing. This fight wasn't in danger of being finished, and I like those fights. I'm indifferent about those fights because we're just gonna it's just gonna be a decision. A decision is on the way. No, there wasn't any. It's a tough fight to watch because it's about to be a decision. And then that was like where this card started to dip in its entertainment level, because the next fight it had Jordan Williams versus Imavov. I mean, these guys they're both making a UFC debut. Can't expect too much from them, but the fight just seemed kind of sloppy. You said it was a sloppy fight.
It was super sloppy. It was and honestly, it started with that headbutt, bro. Like, headbutt happened. I wouldn't be surprised if Williams is concussed from the first headbutt of the fight. And I want to say they headbutted each other again. Like, both times they headbutted each other, almost ended up with a knockout. Like y'all throwing something heavy, and it's not necessarily hands. Like, y'all throwing heads heavy. Just
clash of heads 2 times. Yeah. Williams is
Williams.
He's
that's what I was gonna say. He's tough. He's a tough customer, but Imavov he just had too much for him at the end of the day. The fight was closer than, like, it wasn't a shutout. I'll put it that way. Like, it wasn't a shutout, but it wasn't a shutout. But it wasn't much to look at either.
I think the loss of blood. They say Jordan Williams, type A or type 1 diabetic, loss of blood like that, it's going to affect your performance because you're already running on your body not producing its own insulin. And, losing blood like that is going to mess with your body's gas tank, energy level. A lot of things go into a factor. Hey, if you're a fighter, you're going to have to deal with that quite often. He also can't afford to cut weight. Imavov was clearly bigger than him in this fight.
Right. That was like the difference between Luke Bume and Jinh Frey, yeah. Like, he looked like he had at least a good 2-3 inches on him, and he 20 pounds for sure. Like,
that was a huge difference in size, and that's Jordan couldn't get off any of the wrestling, any of the clinches. Every time he got in the clinch, he got put in the choke. Just didn't have the power, and it sucks that he's not fighting. He's not only fighting a fight in there, he's also fighting diabetes. So he's going into every fight at a disadvantage. I hope he can turn it around, get on the winning side of things in the UFC, making his debut. Tough debut.
185 is tough. 185 is tough. And it's crazy because I always talk about how 185 is one of the weaker divisions in my opinion. But it's really just, in my opinion, weak as far as the rankings go. Yeah, you got like Weidman and Akhmedov and Brad Tavares. Like, these are guys that are like constantly in the top 15, and it's like, there's nobody who can even take who can take them out of that. I mean, and that goes to, that's why I'm saying it's kind of
you can't discredit the talent. You can't say, oh, there's no, it's weak because Weidman's in there. Weidman is actually good.
He's cool. I'm saying, like, if you look at some of these other divisions, bruh, you look at some of these other divisions,
a former champion. A former champ. I can't let you keep disrespecting Chris Weidman like this every time you bring him up. You already disrespected Holly Holm. Now you disrespected
cool.
Man.
Chris Weidman could be Tyron Woodley, but it wasn't just him. I'm talking about all of those guys. Akhmedov, you got Tavares, you got Brunson, you got
Brunson just beat Shabazz. What?
Hey, clearly Shabazian is just one of these guys. Shabazian, he was a Jordan Woods. He was a Jordan Woods. Shabazian was like a Jordan Woods last year, 2 years ago. Come on, man.
I don't know what are you expecting to see. Maybe a weight class that has a better top 15.
It's super top heavy. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, the top 4, they beating everybody in that division for sure. But 5 through the rest of them, it's kind of like
that's a very good division. 185 is a very good division.
It's a cool division. It's a cool division.
Very good.
Cool division. Second worst next to heavyweight, as far as the men, as far as males go.
Hey, he said that. I was bigging him up. Y'all catch him on the streets. Hey.
Is he better than everybody? I would say Costa is up there, but Costa didn't even touch that man, so we're not gonna go there.
No, Costa. No. Don't go disrespecting Costa because see the disrespect. This is the same thing.
I went back and watched all these other fights.
Jonez was a champion. 205 is trash. No, the champion is just that good, and you're great at everybody on that.
I went back and watched all Izzy other fights. Whitaker, good. Yoel Romero, that fight was actually not as bad as what we remember it.
No,
simply because it came.
you remember it being bad. I said it was a decent fight. You gotta engage. That's what I'm saying, man.
It was a decent fight.
Yeah, all I know is Izzy. I think he got a split decision over Vettori.
I think Yoel might have won that.
15.
I think Yoel might have won that fight too. But
Oh man, we didn't got carried away. We forgot all about this card. Listening to you and your nonsense. We moved right along to. He's on one tonight. Hey, bear with it. But we go to Joshua Coulibaly and Charles Jourdain. Jourdain closed at minus 500.
What did I just say? I don't know. When you minus 500, there you go. You got to get it done. This guy almost got finished. I'm sitting here talking about.
He almost got reversed.
Minus 500, you got to get the finish. He out here getting dropped. Come on, man. He almost got finished in the first and second round. That was tough, bro.
I actually thought Jourdain won the fight. I couldn't believe they had it as a 30-27. But I also couldn't believe that they had that first round as a 10-8 on one of those judges' cards. That would have been the difference. Jourdain should have got the win. I didn't have it as a 10-8 because it was a knockdown, but he was able to get right back up. Wasn't in any real danger taking shots that looked like they were finishing shots. And he also came back with a takedown, I believe, in that round. Did he get a takedown in that round? He came back in that round and he finished. He came back. Yeah, he did. Actually, he threatened a submission in that towards the end of that round. The guillotine wasn't gonna happen, but he was threatening submission. That's why I feel like it should have been a 10-9 round. Both guys had each other in danger. But the judges be judging how they want to judge.
Man, Jourdain, I thought he was nice. I thought he was a little bit nicer than this. But then, I mean, Coulibaly might just be better than what we expected coming into the fight. His only fight in the UFC, I came against a guy who was clearly much bigger than him. Jalen Turner, right? Jalen Turner? Yeah, that dude is, I mean, he's bigger than guys that he's regularly fighting. So for this to be a guy at 145, Turner fights at 170 at times, like, that's different, bro. Like, it's a difference here. You talking about a 25, 35 pound gap. Just off regular, and that's before the the weight ballooning back up even happened. But for Jourdain, man, it's crazy to me that all of his wins have been finished, all of his losses have been decisions, and I mean the one fight that he got the knockout win in the UFC, I forget the guy's name again. Troy. Yeah, that fight I remember Jourdain was the underdog. And almost got dropped in that fight again. Similar to this one, it's like he's so reckless that I just don't understand how he's even getting to decisions with some of these guys. But that's basically how he ends up losing the decisions because he's so reckless. He ends up getting dropped. I got back up and I was going hard. Like, okay, cool, but you kind of like got dropped.
The attempts have to be at it. You got to keep it down to like maybe one round, one a fight. He be out there. Maybe when you're only like 2 feet away from the guy instead of like 7 feet away from the guy, I'm just gonna lunge. Like, I don't know how far you thought you was gonna fly with that knee, bro. Like, that flying knee is not something that lands on a consistent basis. So to throw it so often, and like I think he put himself out of position when he had Coulibaly hurt and tried to fly a knee. Possibly could have ended the fight there. He had caught him with a nice shot, got out of position, ended up grappling. Fight went on. Now we have a decision, split draw. Nobody wins here. As they say, it's like kissing your sister. So,
that was the closest to a fight of the night, in my opinion. But only because both guys kind of had a chance at a finish. But it was still also like, oh yeah, that Jourdain triangle armbar that he attempted too. That was pretty nice. But yeah, man, very sloppy.
Can't get fight of the night
to a draw.
Oh well, you could if it was a good draw. This wasn't even a real good draw. It was It
was a draw with one judge that was drunk. Talking about 30-27.
30-27. I don't know what you be watching. I don't know. Like I said, man, I need to go be a judge. Then we parlayed our way into the legend, Carlos Condit versus Court McGee. And Condit was on pace.
Exactly.
He was on pace of losing his fight in that first round. He was losing that round. You wasn't losing that first round?
Exactly what I thought was going to happen was what happened. Natural born killer came out there, did his thing.
He showed up. That movement.
Yeah, he did start off slow.
He started off really slow. He was losing that round. It wasn't like he was getting beat on in that round, but he was losing the round. He was almost down one.
And see, it goes back to what I said about Court McGee. It's like, bro, he got X amount of fights in the UFC, probably close to 20 fights in the UFC, 18, 19, 20 fights, whatever. He don't have no highlights on YouTube, bro. Like it don't make no sense to me. Like you should not have this many fights at this high of a level and I have not have no highlight tape. Um, and that's how you give up a fight like this because he could have beat Court. I mean, he could have beat Carlos Condit, but he's a little too safe of a fighter to be able to do something like that against the natural born killer Carlos Condit out there trying to knock you out all time.
He almost approaches the fight with the Cody Stamen. I'm gonna play a safe approach, but he doesn't even have the Cody Stamen output, and he's older.
Exactly.
The output isn't there, and the
kept letting us know that he was a former addict as well.
Oh man, hey, shout out to him, man. Overcoming some stuff, you know.
Said he was battling a couple of surgeries and he don't even take no narcotics during the surgery. I was like, yeah, bro, you tougher than me, bro. That nose is broke too, so
you're gonna have to go through that with no narcotics too, hey. Toughy.
That's crazy.
Toughy. Unless do they consider tree a narcotic? That's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. I don't want to give you any ideas. Like, well, you know, they do say it's legal now. let me not start. So that was it. That was the undercard. An underwhelming undercard. Started off with a bang, ended with a shoulder shrug. You know, I was almost
ended with a legend.
Oh, I wasn't talking about. I was just talking about the trend of the fights. The Jordan, to end with the Condit, the Jourdain and Imavov fight.
Too many decisions. Too much deciding, bro.
Too much decided.
And the Luke Boumé fight.
At least the Luke Boumé had some action though. Those other three, it was probably some action in that Jourdain fight, but that's 1, 2, 3.
There was some action in all of those fights. It was just sloppy, bro.
That was an hour. Action, was an hour of actionless fights. That's what it was. We had to sit through an hour of nothing heavy landing outside of the Carlos
that part
and the Culibao punch. That
pretty much some highly competitive striking matches or sparring sessions, I should say.
Yeah, right.
With low tier guys for this level. I mean, no shade, not to but you guys are all pretty much base model run of the mill. Like we talked about it last video. League minimum, bunch of league minimums, and Carlos Condit.
Oh man, hey, true. That's very true. The main card was actually good. The main card actually was a good card. We had one.
Co-main, no, but the rest of the fights, yes. Then no argument.
The Felipe De Castro fight wasn't too bad. It was just De Castro in that last round. Clearly, he wasn't trying to engage. Felipe wanted to throw hands. Felipe showed up. Felipe did his thing. But we'll get to that in a second. We had Todorovic versus Daquan Townsend. And Todorovic did his thing. I was predicting upset of the night. I didn't expect Townsend to come out and fight like he was running at 0.5 speed compared to somebody running at 1.5 speed.
I picked it the way that I picked it for, I mean, the exact reason why you just said. Like, Townsend just does not fight. He fights like he's lumbering around, bro. Like, he almost moves like a Rampage Jackson-esque, but not even like the new, not even like the good Rampage. He moved like new Rampage.
Oh man,
yeah. His jab is nice. His straight is nice. That's I'll give him an OSP. Heavyweight OSP. Yeah, man. It was just a speed, the speed disadvantage. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it didn't even look like Todorovic was. I'm not gonna say it didn't look like he was hitting him hard because I'm pretty sure if Todorovic was hitting me like that, probably would knock my goddamn head off. But he was hitting him, and it didn't really look like it was phasing Townsend too much until he got on top. I mean, that grounding pound was ridiculous.
Nothing really landed clean. It was all catching him, but it wasn't flush on the chin. Townsend was always moving with the punch, so it's tough to catch a guy clean like that. Todorovic probably should have went to the body, brought the hands down, then he would have landed something clean. Hey, he got the finish either way. Got the 50K. True. That's the most important thing. 50K in your UFC debut. Ooh.
That's needed. That's necessary.
How many finishes was it? The 4 performers.
Yeah.
Those 4 performers.
That was all of them.
Oh yeah, GDR. So it was 3 guys making their UFC debuts who got 50K. That's nice. That's nice. That's a hell of a way to start their career off.
Heck
Dana gave him a chance. Dana gave him all the chance.
You all got a chance. We say that every time. Hey, if you in the cage, you got a chance to get that 50K.
So yeah, Todorovic showed up, got that 50K. He actually got his first takedown in this fight against a guy who's naturally bigger than him. I just think it is tough. It's tough for on Townsend. I just don't know where to.
And it's like you move down for a reason, because 205, I can see why that wouldn't work out for him too well. He's probably moves around the same speed as those guys, but he's not as physically imposing against those guys either. Whereas down here, he's more physically imposing, but he's still not. Now you just slow, bro. Now you just a slow dude. Like,
I just think
good jab though. Good jab, good straight.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think you can move faster when your cardio is at an all-time high, or not an all-time high, but your cardio is at a level that allows you to move fast. You just gotta have that cardio. It's tough not having a cardio. He looked like he was conserving himself for 15 minutes because he didn't want to gas, because once you're gassed, now you're really about to get them balls put on you. But it all starts with the cardio. Get the cardio right, you'll be able to move. You see Holly Holm, 25 minutes of constant movement and speed. Didn't slow down one bit. Shout out to Holly Holm. We gonna get
39 years old.
The legend. Don't disrespect the legend again, man. But we get to Kyler Phillips versus Cameron Else. Cameron was super game. He came out ready to fight.
Came out thinking he was going to be able to use his length to his advantage. He tried. Yeah,
I think he was riding a 6-fight win streak too. So he was trying to. He was feeling good about himself. He came into the fight with some confidence. Hey, I know how to win. I haven't tasted defeat in a minute. I'm about to show this guy what it is. And Kyler Phillips just had too much energy. Looked like he got that good cardio. Good cardio.
A whole lot of energy and a whole lot of diversity.
A lot of movement. Doesn't stay in one place. I'm excited to see where he go, because he's fighting at 135 at bantamweight. I wonder if he has that same energy if he's fighting my guy Casey Kinney. They're pretty high on Kyler Phillips. They're pretty high on Kyler Phillips.
I don't think so, bruh. Look a little too little to me, bruh. Look a little too little to me.
135 is already little. I don't know.
Facts. That's facts.
You can look at 135, but that's already a little man weight.
Hey man, Sandhagen at 135. That's what I'm saying.
I think Phillips just needs they're probably going to bring him along a bit slower, give him some.
Yeah.
But he at least has the makings of a really good fighter. I liked what I saw today out of Phillips.
He remind me of Ige, bro. It's like, if you letting him get his stuff off, he's gonna get his stuff off, because he's so diverse. He's just gonna throw everything at you until you just stop. Like, eventually you're gonna give up and just say, oh shit, like, he just got all this in his package, until he fights somebody who's just that much better than him, and it's gonna be like, oh, you thought you had all that stuff, now you can't do anything. Because that's basically what Ige looked like against Calvin Kattar. Like, all that stuff he was doing against everybody else, nope, not happening today. But yeah, Phillips is nice though. Phillips is nice. Like, I need to see what it is he actually specializes in though. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, he seems like he's very good at a lot of things, but I want to know what he's actually great at. Like,
he's an athlete.
That tells you.
He's an athlete that can fight. You saw him busting out the flips. He got speed. Got a little bit. That
was a nice flip too. And now that you said that, that's basically John Dotson.
He's not that little. He's 5'8".
Hey, he's 5'8" for 135. John Dotson's supposed to be at 125. He basically the little guy. He's still the little guy.
No.
If this guy went in there with Merab, he'll look tiny.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. We gonna see. He probably beats Merab. Constant movement. Hey, you can't tackle what's always moving.
Until you do.
Keep moving. Keep being explosive. Hey, he come in for that takedown hitter with a knee. No disrespect to Merab, because Merab is good. I like Merab. He's my guy. But yeah, Kyler Phillips looked good. He showed you what minus 500 is supposed to look like. Got the finish.
I give him that.
Cameron Else showed up. Gave a good effort. But I just think it was that elbow some elbows that Phillips landed at the end of that first round was the turning point. I don't think Else fully recovered. And then that second round, he was just dead man walking. Then we get to the fight that should have been the co-main event. I don't know how you have these two ladies on the fight, the number one contender in the bantamweight division, and you got her opening up for the co-main, which contains the Castro and Felipe. That should never happen. bad on the
two guys coming off a loss.
Shame on you, UFC. You got title shot implications on the line.
They wanted to make sure it was known that GDR was not getting a title shot if she wins. That's all it is. If they put these two fights back to back, it would have seemed like they had similar importance, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we're not going."
The two winners are going to fight each other. They just didn't put this in here because they don't respect the women. Y'all better start respecting the women. Let them be the main and the co-main. Let's do this next time. Especially if you're gonna make it.
I'm in the car with all women fights, bro.
Now that's dope.
Yeah.
Will we see it? If they do that, you know how many women they'll win over? You know how many women?
Do it on Valentine weekend.
You know how many men they gonna win over? Make sure you got Mackenzie Dern, Tracy Cortez. I'll send y'all this. Make sure Angie Hill better be on there or I'm pissed. That's all I know. But yeah, I'm gonna send y'all a list, UFC. Like you said, Amanda Ribas. Bring back Paige Van Zandt. I don't care if y'all gotta get her from there. No. Find her somehow. Oh man. But I digress. Man, now you got me thinking of the dream. We got to do a dream
Payne
card.
Gotta be on there.
Dream card, all women fighting.
Payne gotta be on there. Gotta be on there.
It
might have been why I picked her.
Because you thought she was a vixen. She's from the Venezuelan vixen. Ooh, you picked her and she got some. Hey, it's all good. We're gonna get to this. We about to dig into this one. GDR started off this fight looking crisp. I thought she was gonna send a 99 with her right hand.
Same right hand. Kept in her too. Same right hand, bro. GDR has got to be the best female striker in MMA. Like, I've been saying it for a while. Like, I actually want to see. Everybody always talks about, oh, can Shevchenko beat Nunes because that was her closest fight. I actually want to see Shevchenko fight GDR because that's about as close of a striking bout as you gonna get. I don't know that GDR can. I don't. GDR probably get right. She's the
best anymore. I don't know. Is her striking better than my girl? Your girl, Thug Rosie?
Who?
Thug Rose. She's striking better than Thug. GD. I'm saying her strike and Bullet. You mentioned Valentina.
Shevchenko is doing.
I don't know if she's striking better than Shevchenko. I don't know.
Shevchenko is
She looks good, but she doesn't throw enough kicks. She's lacking the kick diversity that I would like.
Tough to throw the kicks against people that you know only chance is to get taken. Only chance.
A body kick is tough, but a leg kick to the lead calf. And if she's catching a calf kick, you better come over that bad boy with a couple of punches because that means she got to go low. You got to hit him with those kicks.
Man, and she was picking Pena apart in that first round. That jab straight, jab. Like, bro, she was tearing her face all the way up. Second round came. Pena finally started closing the distance. Yeah, she started closing the distance, and it was basically on some. It's tough, bro. Like, this is that the way that Pena was fighting the second round. That's basically how I expected Costa to come out after he realized he wasn't able to do anything last week. Like, bro, eventually you got to just rush this guy. Like, he's not gonna let you do anything.
You got the better grappling, and if we grapple,
he don't even grapple. Like,
I got that advantage. He rushed her, landed some shots. Got a hold over, took her down.
Just grab her, exactly. That was our only way to win.
Had her mounted in full mount.
I was like, let's go, Pena. Let's go. Like, oh, and then nope.
She almost got subbed twice in this fight. She almost got the Von Flew off. And at the end of that
on accident too. Accidentally on purpose because she knew what she was doing.
She had it locked in. She wasn't like, oh, you almost. And then that third round,
you could see her panting for air. I was like, oh shit, it's almost over. And yeah, but with that guillotine, that might have been a late stoppage too. Might have been. She was done for a minute.
No.
She was done for.
It's not a late stoppage.
She was asleep for at least a good 10 seconds.
That's not a late stoppage. If you think you about to black out, you got the option to tap. Don't. Hey, you better be tappy. You can go one of these. Herzog was just there like, oh, you good? You okay? He wobbled the arm, then he's like, he made it off.
Oh man, the arm wobble. The arm wobble was like as if she was already asleep. The body had went limp like a whole 7 seconds earlier, bro. Whole 7 seconds, dog.
No.
That's why they turned her over. Her legs was all shaking.
That's on her. Man. Next time, tap. If you just saying it,
tap her to snappy.
If you're, who made the quick tap? I think it was against Dern. Where was it? I can't remember who she fought.
Was it
Harry? She just fought. Don't know, but she tapped quick. As soon as she got the leg out, she's like, "Okay, you about to get me." And she tapped. She didn't have to wait to be in pain. You don't have to almost die to realize you're not getting out of this.
Oh, you got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I might be able to wiggle out. No,
Pena might have thought, hey, I could actually get this win if I just survive just a little bit.
Unless you're trying to struggle to get out and you you go unconscious, and then your head you still struggling to get out. So you think
That might have been what happened. That's what I'm saying. Because you could see her body was still moving, and then it just stopped. Like her body stopped moving. It kind of like fell a little bit sunken in. And GDR kind of actually even had to tell him like, "Hey, bro, I think she sleep. I think she sleep."
He's like, "No, she's not snoring yet. Let me hear her snore first." I'm letting her.
He was like, "Hey, you okay? You okay?" Hey, bro, it was a whole 7 to 10 seconds.
Let her count a couple sheets for not tapping on this one. Hey, you gotta tap. You gotta tap. Like you said, tap. That should be a note. That should be a note for everybody, bro. You got to tap. Especially, I will be tapping, especially after I heard Benavidez wake up that other fight and yell. I don't want to wake up screaming like I just had a bad dream, like I just visited the devil, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, you coming down here for me." Like, I don't want to have one of those situations. I don't believe in that, but you know, that's how it was for Benavidez. It was like he was like he saw something he wasn't.
They woke him up from a night terror, bro. Like that was freaky.
He visited the ancestral plane. You know where T'Challa went? He went to some type of version of that. He saw some people he didn't think he was gonna be seeing, and he was like, "Hey, forget all that."
They turned him around. He was looking at the sky, watching him Mufasa in the air, like, "Yep."
Oh man, but yeah, GDR getting off her first third round. Man, there was some people who picked that on Verdict that sent their profiles through the roof. I wish I would have picked it. I had picked GDR by knockout, but there was some dudes who got 30,000 points. We be on Verdict. We be picking the fights, picking around. So if y'all not on Verdict, check out Verdict.
Yeah, well worth it.
Well worth it. Keeps the fights entertaining. You know. Oh man. And then the co-main that you was so eager to see. No, I'm joking.
I was ready though. Like I was ready. Hey, you already know what they was coming for. They was both coming to knock each other out. But see, that's why I said the Castro might be out of here, bro. The Castro might be out of here, bro. Oh. Like he really thought, like, bro, he lost 30-27, and he walked around after the fight with his arms raised, like he won, like all because he put his chest on nobody's stomach and held him up against the cage for about 20 seconds at a time, and the ref was like, "Hey, bro, you're not gonna do nothing." Right.
Speaking of that ref, he's by far the best ref that I've ever seen.
That was the same guy with the chokeout.
Yeah. No. That wasn't the GDR chokeout.
Okay.
But he was on another fight, and he doesn't allow. He was in the Williams fight. I believe.
Yeah, he not giving him no.
If you don't see it, if you don't see you touch the eye, he's not stopping the fight. If you don't see you get hit in the nuts, he's not stopping the fight. If he see you just on the cage, I've seen refs let people be on the cage in that position for like minutes.
2 minutes, yeah.
Like, okay, guys, work. Do a throw a punch. Well, that's good enough for me. You did. Like, no, he knows those punches that Castro are throwing are not fight changing.
Arm punches. Arm punches, yeah, no. If the strike not significant, we're not counting it over here. Nope, stop. Regular strike, nope.
That's the best ref I've ever seen. I need to hit him up on Instagram and tell him, "Hey man, you the GOAT. You the one. You don't be playing up in there." So yeah, and I'm glad they had him for this fight, because had they had somebody else, that third round would have been even worse. It would have been the Castro.
And it was bad. It was bad, bro. It was bad. Like the Castro was gassed. That's why he was doing what he was doing. But apparently he really thought he won. Like I don't know how he thought he won. Maybe he just thought he won the second round, so he was like, maybe if I just hold him in this third round, then I'll get the win from holding. But see, that's what I was saying. Like, bro, if that's what you're coming with, if you're coming in here to win by holding somebody against the cage and doing this, like
he's gassed. You got to do whatever you can do to make it to the belt at that point. He was trying to make it to the belt. I understand what he was doing, but I also
ain't sending him home, bro.
No, he's not getting cut for that performance. There's no way he's getting cut for that performance. No.
He got one more chance, bro. One more chance. This is already 2 losses in a row. Dana signed you to go out there and try to kill folks, dog. He wanted you to do one thing: go out there and try to kill folks, dog. You heavy-handed.
Turn on the guy.
Go heavy. I'm not even turning on him. I'm just saying. I thought he was gonna win. He got punked low key. Kind of got punked. Old buddy was in his face the whole time.
Felipe
the Castro.
Felipe ain't about them games.
The Castro was like, "I'm cool." Like he was like, "I'm cool. You got it. Like I'm not even trying to. I'm not even gonna hold you. You got this one. You got it." It's tough. Good. It
was a fight that was favorable for him, because it's two guys who he doesn't want to.
Two guys who just want to stand and bang. They just want to stand and bang.
And I like the Felipe call out after he called out Pessoa. Like he's calling out the right guys. I like to see Felipe versus Pessoa, possibly Romanov, possibly
Dontel Mays.
Oh, why are you trying to do that to my guy Mays? Didn't Mays lose to Nascimento? Yeah,
might have been Nascimento.
Yeah, he lost to Nascimento. Yeah, tough. Felipe, well, hey, that's in Felipe's. That's in his ballpark.
Crochet boss.
No,
give him lanes.
I don't know if he's ready for the crochet boss just yet.
Give him lanes.
Man, oh my goodness. Hey, it's in his range. That's That's in this ballpark.
Felipe versus Felipe. I think that's Lynn's first name.
Yeah, Felipe Lins. No. Yeah, Felipe Lins. Oh my
And
God.
Carlos Felipe. Yeah, Felipe versus Felipe. I was out here trying to do nil on nil crime. Give us this.
I think we see Felipe Lins versus Jorgen De Castro, if anything.
Felipe, I can see that. Loser go home, bro.
Felipe off for 2 losses too, right? Yeah,
2 losses. Boser and Arlovsky. Loser leave town match.
Can't stay here. But damn. Woo. I'm ready for this one. We get to that main event. And I remember you saying Mother Time is undefeated. I remember you said that.
I said it.
And after seeing Holly Holm, she's an ageless wonder. If your
take it all back.
Yeah, you got to take it back. If your cardio is always on point, you don't get old. You don't get hurt.
I'm going to tell you this, bro. It's not even just the cardio. She got something that none of these other women have, or it's rare that these other women have. Like, you see a lot of these women with jiu-jitsu backgrounds or judo backgrounds or something like that. Right? You're not seeing nobody out here with that type of actual boxing credentials. Like, so when it come down to just throwing hands, right, she putting hands on all of y'all. She just throwing hands, she putting hands on all of y'all. And it's not like she ain't got no kicks, right? She got very good kick diversity, like you like to say. So it's like I'm not gonna call her no Shevchenko or nothing like that. Probably not even gonna call her a GDR necessarily, but she might low key got something in the striking department for GDR. It's a little bit different. One is boxing / kickboxing. The other one is a little bit more Thai fighting. But that's a pretty close comparison. Them hands, bro. That's what it is. Though. It was them hands. And the movement.
This was a brilliant game plan. Considering that Irene Aldana didn't force them to change it. Like if she's just gonna follow you, we just gonna keep circling to our favorable direction. Mm-hmm. And all Holly Holm did was move. And when Holly Holm wanted to throw, she stopped. Bam, bam, bam. Kept moving. Bam, bam, bam. It was that all night for 5 rounds. And
bro, we talking about every time she let off the hands, it was a 3 or 4 punch combo every single time, at least 3 or 4.
Or she would just unorthodox to move, like instead of sliding 4 times in that circle, she was just slide 2 times, push kick. And then start sliding again 4 times, and then she'll hit her with a combo. She did that all night, and she can do that all night because her cardio is through the roof.
Whenever Aldana thought she was about to come in, it was that karate hottie sidekick.
And then she mixed in the wrestling. This fight could have got a performance bonus, considering I'm pretty sure a lot of the money coming in was expecting Aldana to get the W. Everything was looking to be in her favor. Oh, she just knocked out Caitlin Vieira, put her to sleep. She's about to put them hands on Holly Holm. Vieira
must really just not be. Holly Holm must just really be that good. Like,
thank you. You finally gave the person.
Sometimes
Holly Holm is just that good.
I just can't keep believing that out of all of these up and comers, so many of y'all just can't beat these old people. Like, no offense, no shade. I'm not trying to call nobody old, but it's like at a certain point.
What specialty championships does Aldana have? What specialty championship does Pena have? GDR.
Ultimate Fighter Championship.
These are specialists that these women, and these are like top level specialists. Super top.
The best of the best. The best of the best specialists.
In their right classes.
Nah, man, got a phone call. It's cool. I'm back.
You back. It's all good. People blowing you up. But, you know, like Holly Holm, man, she's been with Jackson Wink. She's with one of the best camps, Jackson Wink,
for a
very long time. And once again, she's only been losing either title contenders. I think she has 2 losses to GDR, lost to Nunez. Like I said, I'm gonna get that Miesha Tate fight. He was early in your UFC career. But I know she doesn't on Miesha Tate now. And Cyborg, those are all title fights or people who are title contenders. And when she fought GDR, it was for the title. Oh yeah. Shout out to Holly Holm getting it done at 38. She made the young Aldana look like, hey, you got to go back to the drawing board. But I also blame her corner for not having the. I know they have the knowledge; these are fighters. But you got to tell her, hey, you got to cut the ring off. If we allow her to keep circling to this side, this is what's going to happen. She's going to piece you up.
by the second or third round, you got to figure it out, bro. You got to figure it out because
You can't
I mean,
follow.
like
You can't follow.
can't exactly. You basically being led right into the trap.
This
Like,
walk.
every time you fall, every time you get to this exact spot, she letting off that three piece, bro. Three, and if you let her get the whole three, she might hit you with the whole six. So
Hey, oh,
hey, that's
I got
on
something
you.
to show you over here. Come here real quick. Oh, really? Oh, okay, cool. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like. She was circling away
Oh
from
man.
she allowed her to circle away from Aldana's power hand, but into Holly Holm's power hand and kicks, takedown.
And
This
it's rare that you see people even do that, bro. Like you don't hardly ever see the left hand fighter circle that way. You normally see the left hand fighter circle the opposite way, even though it sounds counterintuitive, but they kind of be trying to line up that left hand and go straight
they want
into
that.
the kisser. But
They
she
want to
was
play
like,
that
yeah, no,
boxing. Yeah.
she was like, hey, I got good enough boxing to where it don't even matter where the foot, don't matter about the foot placement. I'm away from where you can even land your power shot, and I know my boxing better than yours, so we good. Like your footwork about to be all jacked up, and every time I lead you to this spot, take these hands.
Oh
Like
man,
you gonna have to take them.
that's what it was all night. 25 minutes, one-sided domination, and like I said, man, this
Even
card,
had a 50-44 in there. Don't say
rightfully
what you
so.
about to say.
I'm about to say it. I'm about to say it. This Holly Holm beats Amanda Nunes, but I don't know if this Holly Holm can beat
You're
a
wilding.
GDR. As a matter of fact, I think she beats GDR too. I think Holly Holm is
Wilding.
poised for a title. Hey. The last fight, her game plan against Nunes was something I've never seen Holly Holm do. It was a lot of it was like you were trying to implement. Hey, we're gonna knee stomp you this whole fight, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Like it wasn't working. Hey, force her to follow you. Force Nunes to burn that gas tank. She does have gas tank issues. That's why she wanted
She's
to show
basically telling Holly Holm she got to get in the ring with Nunes and run.
no. So do what she did. Circle, engage when you need to engage. Circle, engage when you want to engage, but don't just engage with Nunes. You gotta fight fights differently. If you engage with Nunes, we saw what happened. She got kicked right in the. I told you, if you get kicked in this area, oxygen levels low, brain all discombobulated. It's all bad for you.
It's like a knockout and a chokeout all at the same time.
Never seen a sub knockout. How you get how you get the sub knockout? Yeah. That's gonna be the knockout. You got him in a nice little rear naked, and you over here hitting him in the face. Oh, man, whoever pulled that one off is a gold. Pull it off. But yeah, man, that's my prediction. I'm predicting Holly Holm will be the next bantamweight champion.
If Nunes retire, maybe. If Nunes don't retire, nobody beating her, bro. Nobody.
She can retire or not retire. Holly Holm is the next bantamweight champion. You heard it here first. Nobody's going to agree with it because it seems so far-fetched. But this game plan and this cardio, they have to realize our cardio is always better. Let's take Nunes into deeper waters. Let's force her to fight into 5 rounds. It's going to be a 5-round fight. Let's make
Gotta
the fight
not get slept. Gotta not get slept.
That's why you keep moving. Why you keep moving? Keep it moving. Keep
She gonna cut off the cage one time, and Holly Holm gonna look like,
That's the thing.
Oh shit!
Nunes will cut off the cage, and Aldana did have success when she cut off the cage in this fight, but she seldomly did it, and she was like cutting it off by
She
accident.
didn't have to, yeah, exactly. She didn't have the footwork for it at all. Nothing she did offensively looked like it was on purpose.
So, but hey, force her to cut. Hey, if Nunes want to follow too, hey, hit her with the same. But I think Holly Holm has something for Nunes. I think she has something for GDR. GDR was getting them hands put on her by Pena a couple times in this fight. So that's my takeaway.
She let her rest her a couple times.
That's my takeaway from this card. You're going to see Holly Holm sporting that belt again, just like when I predicted when she knocked out Ronda Rousey. I knew something was good about that.
Did predict that though. Did predict that. She got how many boxing belts?
Oh yeah, she got a lot. She got a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I'm glad this card is over because we actually get into a card that's about to be lit. They redeemed themselves from this one. They made a lot of mistakes. The first mistake, you didn't give GDR to co-main.
Give them that.
Never, ever again give unranked heavyweights a co-main.
Don't even give those people unranked heavyweights. Don't even deserve to be on main card.
And I will not argue on that one.
Nope.
We always say they need to open up a fight because it's either going to be a great opening or it's going to be a bad opening. But at least if it's early, we can forget about it. It's too much lumbering and bumbling around. Somebody's going to gas out, and it's just going to.
Condit and McGee could have been on the main card, but it's horrible. Let me not be so disrespectful. With all due respect, with as little names as they had on this card, Condit and McGee could have been on the main card. That fight could have been on the undercard. Maybe even headline the undercard. It would have been, just fine.
But it was like they made Condit the main event for the prelims.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
It makes sense, but it doesn't make. I know exactly what you're saying. Because if it's not a pay-per-view, why separate them?
Right. Exactly.
We
didn't pay for neither one of them.
It ran straight through my ESPN Plus. So if y'all not separating them to where, hey, this is the end of this telecast. We close it out with Carlos Condit. You might as well put him on the main card. And but yeah, because yeah, man, I just didn't like the heavyweights at the co-main, especially the out. We said they got the out of shape heavyweights too.
Facts. Two big dudes. That's probably why Felipe was calling out Pessoa.
Oh yeah, he's only calling out equal body types. He ain't about to be out here. He's not about to be out here calling out Serial Gun or my guy Bulldozer Bozer. Yeah, he don't want no problems.
That's a pretty similar body type though. Pretty similar.
No. Very unsimilar hands.
very unsimilar.
Bozer got footwork.
Very unsimilar footwork.
I'm not trying to chase this guy around. Woo.
Oh man.
He don't want those.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Felipe basically was trying to bait. He was basically trying to bait De Castro into throwing the leg kick so he could just counter it with an overhand. And De Castro was like, "Yeah, I'm not even gonna kick this guy." And then he basically gave up the fight that way. Like that's normally your game plan. You don't even want to do it because you're scared of this dude's hands, but you also don't want to overly engage with your hands. So I was thinking that whole time, De Castro is nicer than this. I want to see Felipe and Greg Hardy now. How about that?
That's another one. That's one of those good. That's a good fight. I like
it. It's crazy. I think they've been outside of the Volkov fight, which he basically forced his way into. I think they've been basically spoon feeding him guys. I didn't think so when they gave him De Castro because I thought De Castro was better than that. But after that, and then after seeing this, it's like, nah, bro, you really just. I'm not gonna say you're not that good, but he's more so like against guys that he knows can knock. Against guys that he knows can knock him out, he's like, yeah, no, I'm not even about to go out here and get knocked out like that. Like I never thought I would have saw this guy fight like this, bro. Never would have thought it. Both of these last two fights have ended with him like, yeah, no, just don't hit me no more, please. Just nah.
You talking about De Castro?
Yeah, De Castro.
Oh yeah. De Castro, because he's very, very tricky. He had the crazy knockout contender series. He had the crazy knockout of Jordan Tafa.
Right.
So when he knocks you out, it's something to see. When he gets the knockout, it's something to behold. When he doesn't get the knockout, it's one of those. He's almost Jordan. Hey, if he doesn't get the stoppage, he looks pretty
regular.
Pretty regular.
So, and it's like it's almost that Cody Stamann and Rivera thing as well, where it's like he gets to a point where he sees very early that he's not necessarily going to knock you out unless he just catches you with some random. And then he's like, well, at that point, I'm not about to give you a chance to knock me out. So I'm just going like that. That's basically like running. Like he held old buddy up against the cage and got separated 7 times, bro. Like I've never seen that ever.
Shout out to that ref. Shout out to the ref.
For real. Because he kept doing it too. It was like,
and like what refs have to do that. That was my huge takeaway. Because had he allowed them to stay in that clinch, the judges are now going to give De Castro that round because it seems because they have to judge something and they're judging his activity, but those punches are not doing anything. Felipe was talking the whole time. He was over there. Why is he doing this? He was telling her, "Hey man, separate us." He was over there slapping him.
Get him off me.
Yeah, he's over there spanking him and everything. Like, hey man, you just over here making it look like you're doing work.
Bro, as big as De Castro is, why is Usman's cage clinch strike so much more powerful than that?
I was just going to bring Usman up. If Usman ever gets that ref, he might lose.
If he get that ref against Gilbert,
that ref will be like, "Hey, those foot stomps are cool." Hey, break that up. Break that up, my guy.
I need that, bro. Hey, they need to send that. They need to send that tape to whoever the ref is at that fight.
They need to train all the refs. It shouldn't even just be that ref. That all the refs should act like that. You're not advancing. You're just here. Your strikes are not going to end the fight. You're not throwing anything that can end the fight. That's not even jabbing. You're just, like you said,
you're not trying to advance position. You're not trying to do anything. You're just trying to stall.
Yeah, that ref. If Usman get that ref, he might be in trouble in a couple of these fights. If Devin Clark get that ref, he's gonna be in trouble. There's some guys who just be. There's some guys who just be out there cage clinching and doing like staying busy, but
I'm gonna put my chest on your chest.
and like no shade to them because they get me on that cage.
I'm hemmed up. Like
I'm gonna get out of it, of course. I'm gonna get up out of it. But yeah, that ref. Hey, shout out to that ref, man. I gotta find out who he is. I forgot his name, but he needs to be teaching all these referees, especially Chris Coyote. If you don't see it, don't stop
don't
it.
call it.
Don't stop it. Hey, old boy got headbutt in the eye. I didn't see it. We gonna keep on fighting. You in the fight. Sometimes you get hit in the eye. I ain't gonna see everything. I ain't gonna. Hey,
Knuckle to the eye. You stopping fights. Me while you falling. Me to your face while you fall into the floor. Hey, wait a minute! I think that was illegal. Oh, it wasn't illegal. Okay, just lay on top of her like you lay on top of her like you need her.
Knee to the sternum. He's saying it's a nut shot. Come on, Chris Town. You get it together. It can't be. It's probably levels to this ref, and they need to start ranking these refs. This guy right here, right to me, he's a champion ref. Herb Dean used to be in the title contention. Herb Dean down there with Ty.
Yeah. So you calling Herb Dean T Wood? Herb Dean T Wood.
I'm gonna say Herzog and Goddard are sitting in there for the number 1 and number 2. They got to have a showdown. They don't make too many mistakes. I don't even say too many. Those guys are good refs too, but they would allow that cage clinching to go on. This guy right here is a champ. He's double champ. He's champ. He out here with 2 referees.
He's like, yeah, no. Hey, this what you got? Yeah, no.
So yeah, that was hey, bro. That let you know what type of card this was. That the referee is probably one of the best highlights of the night.
Facts.
Get it together. Hey, man.
Hey, we gotta tag him in this post so that the UFC know. Hey, bring that guy back. Bring him back.
He was at the last. He reffed the pay-per-view too. So he's there. He's on Fight Island for all these cards. I'm just glad we don't get to
bring him stateside. Bring him stateside.
He probably costs too much. He's like, hey man, I want to get me to the US. I have to drop that bag on me. He should have got a performance bonus tonight. Jeez, that performance was masterful.
Thanks, man.
Was that Fight Island 4? That's Fight Island 4 and a nut
2.2 4.
2.2,
yeah, 2 times 2 4, 2 plus 2 4. Either way you slice it, it's 4.
Cajun style.
It's Cajun, baby. We out.
Hey
man, the Biggie shirt night.
Oh yeah, don't forget that too.
I just remembered you're actually pointing the wrong way. Forgot to tell you.
That way?
Yeah. We got to go the same way. But then the way it flips in, then you end up pointing the same way now. So yeah, and if I want to point to you, I actually got to point this way. Crazy. But see, they ain't gonna even see this. They're gonna think, hey, he just pointed at him. But when we're recording this, it's backwards. It looked like I'm not pointing at him, but I'm actually pointing at him.
So I gotta point this way too?
No, you can point at me. You point at me now. But if I was actually pointing at it's all backwards, man. It's all backwards.
Comments down there regardless.
Nope. Actually. I'm fooling with you. Comments still down there. You still get in the comments. They below. You can't switch that up.
Oh man.
But yeah, man. Cajun style. We out here, man.
Styling on them.
Yeah, my guy got to hit it with I don't even know what to call this. The We Gon' Millie?
The We Gon' Dame? The We Gon' Dame Dash?
The Dame Dash.
Cajun.
Yes, sir.
Styling on them.
Y'all know what it is.